Shut up, dog.
There you go. What kind of pooch do you have in the background there?
It's my sister's dachshund.
So you're holed up in your house now with your
I'm at
sister's dog and your family?
Yeah, I'm at my sister's place. We're in DC. I live in Brooklyn, but we got out of the city when the schools closed, and it was just getting pretty bad up there.
Dude, yeah, I could only imagine. Well, my name's Mookie, or Mark if you prefer.
Where are you?
Southern California. We're a Los Angeles and Orange County public radio station.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, like I said, kind of off the air here. I don't even know what to do. I'm a radio guy, so now we're doing video, which is a little different for me. I was telling you off the air, I feel like I know you personally from all the music that I've experienced over the years with the Walkmen and some solo stuff. A couple of years ago, you had that record with Rostam, and now this new record. And I'm talking to you on release day today. So, man, congratulations.
Big day.
Yeah, it's a big day. The Loves of Your Life is the new record from Hamilton Leithauser. And thanks again for joining us, my man. So the studio that you're in today is not necessarily the studio that you recorded the new record in, because
no,
you have a home studio. So,
I do. And if there wasn't this quarantine thing, I would have been talking to you from there. But no, this is my temporary setup. My sister's living room.
So working from home isn't too foreign to you?
No, it's not actually. No, I mean, I was about to, for all these years I was doing my record and recording and living at home, and it's really great. And I wouldn't trade it for anything, but I gotta say, I was really psyched to get out of there and start going out and see my band again and play concerts. And it sort of doesn't feel like the songs are like real till you actually go out and like play them for people and, perform it with like a group. And I had like finally accepted that I was really psyched and ready, and then things changed a little bit.
Yeah, man, I was just thinking about, like, you're an artist and you put all this time into writing songs and recording them, and then even the album art and these music videos, and then planning a tour and promotions and stuff, and all of a sudden it's just totally scrapped. I'm sure you never envisioned in your wildest dreams to have an album release party on the internet.
No, and I didn't. I definitely didn't envision that the first time I ever played a bunch of these songs was going to be like half the band was going to be under 9 years old. I didn't see that coming at all.
Are you talking literally?
Literally, yeah.
Your
no,
children?
That's not a metaphor. No, my daughters and my nieces are going to be in the band today when we perform on NPR.
Oh, that's wonderful. Dude, this whole thing is just so weird. I've got a toddler, almost 2-year-old in the next room, and my wife has to work from home too. So it's impossible for me to put in like a full days of work,
Oh, of course.
And we're all just on top of each other in this 2-bedroom apartment.
That's why there's so many divorces in Wuhan, China.
In Wuhan, sure,
yeah,
sure. Right. To be a divorce attorney in Wuhan right now.
I know, right?
Yeah, while everybody else is looking for work. The song that we've been playing on the air from your new record is called "Here They Come." Oftentimes, I'll play that song and I'll go on the air and say, for the uninitiated, here's a previous release from Hamilton Leithauser, and play something like "Angela Surf City" or "The Rat" or something like that. I'm just so incredibly stoked to be able to play this music. I feel like you've got almost like a signature sound, and it sounds like nothing that is on the radio right now.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, it's one of our top songs as of late, and I know that stations like us around the country, NPR affiliates and public radio stations have really embraced it. So I'm talking to you today.
It's been amazing.
Yeah,
actually.
Right? Yeah. To be able to have this unbelievable catalog of music. Is that crazy to think about from time to time, that you've got all this material to delve into?
Yeah, I mean, what was really weird was when I suddenly went solo from the Walkman, and all of a sudden I was playing like a concert, and I actually, I wasn't going to play any Walkman, so I actually only had like 50 minutes of music at my after 15 years of work or something, you suddenly only have that. And it was a funny moment. Really, that was, for some reason, of all the things, that was what hit me the most about like that I'd really started over. But then just yesterday, I was at my parents' house, and they had all 4 of my solo vinyl releases on displayed on there. My
Oh.
mom put them up in this like cabinet that she had in the corner. And I saw them all for the first time, and I was like, man, I guess it has been a lot. It's been I don't know. I got a lot of stuff.
You do have a lot of stuff. Yeah. So you don't generally play any Walkman material these days?
No, if I wanted to play the Walkman stuff, I'd play it with the Walkman.
Right. That makes sense. I just watched the video for Here They Come, and extremely clever. Ethan
Thank you.
Hawke makes a cameo, and No Problem. Is that your brainchild, I guess, or did you
Yeah.
link up with any sort of filmmaker for that video? It's more or less like a teaser video for the song itself. It says episode 1, so I imagine more videos are coming too, right?
Well, I did episode 2 with Maggie Rogers, which actually I thought was pretty successful too. And then I was starting up episode 3, which was going to be really good when this whole quarantine started. So we unfortunately had to put that one on the back burner.
Yeah.
But to be honest, I thought it was such a good idea that I'm actually going to try. If it may come out in like 12 months, but I think I'm still going to make it.
Do you think you have a future as a comedic actor one day?
I don't know, but to be honest, I got into it. I did a little bit. It was making the Ethan when I was all nervous about how it was gonna go, you know, how like being on camera and trying to act and trying to have lines and stuff. But then I had forgotten that that's what he does. So like you turn the camera on him and he could just like do it, and it made it a lot easier. You know?
Did he give you pointers?
Yeah, actually, it was funny because I was sort of trying to direct him what I imagined exact lines stuff. He got it. He was like, of course. And then all of a sudden he did like, a couple takes and he could just like ad lib, and it was great. He's pro.
And
Maggie was like so good too. I couldn't believe it. I didn't realize she could do that stuff too. But Maggie was amazing. So luckily both times I had somebody who could really like lead the show.
No, is the song Here They Come about Ethan Hawke? Now, I'm going to read a quote here, something that you put out online. You said about this new record, The Loves of Your Life. I'm reading it over the screen here. It's a record about a group of people, 11 real people in the New York City area. They are strangers I've met and people I've known. I admire all of them. So each song is about a particular person. Do you want to keep it vague? Because I just asked you if Ethan Hawke is the subject matter, and Here They Come.
He's not the subject
He's
of that
not.
song.
Okay.
That was the joke, is that I wanted to, the first thing I wanted to address was what it would be like if a friend thought maybe I had like gone after them in a song.
It's very good. It's very clever. Again, the Hamilton Leithauser stuff, people could go to your website and get the merch, get the record now, see all the videos. Tour dates would have been up on there. In fact, there are some tour dates for down the road, and hopefully, God willing, you won't have to postpone those ones.
Yeah.
So I was also reading, in fact, this is more of a, hey, how you doing, catching up, and hopefully you and your family are doing well. But you recently did a Paul Stokes podcast. You did an interview for Stereo Gum. So people could get more in depth on the Hamilton Leithauser stuff on the internet if you do enough digging. I think you said that you were spent on words. There was a writer's block or something.
It was more than words. It was more than words. Jeez. It was words, and it was the sound in my voice and the approaches that it was everything about singing. It was funny because when I made this record, I started 3 years ago, and I wrote all this music I really liked, and I played the drums for the first time, and I really liked playing the drums, and I got really into all that stuff. And I kept coming up with these tracks, and then it would sort of be time to sing, and I'd be like, I just don't feel like that right now. I'm gonna save that for later, but that's my wheelhouse, and I got that, so I'm not worried about that. And then like a year and a half later, it was like, okay, you got like 15 tracks now, and you've got 0 singing on any of them. And I didn't really want them to be instrumental tracks. I knew I wanted to sing, but every time I stepped up, it was like, just sort of been here, done that. And this feeling of like, I didn't want to hear it. I didn't want to do it, and I didn't want to hear it. But I wanted it to happen, it's one of those things I just wanted it to be over with, kind of.
What was the catalyst? I mean,
it was this moment.
This is a concept record almost. The whole record is an idea.
It was, but it was sort of like came out of nowhere, and it was like the concept that kind of saved the day, because it was like I was riding on the Crosstown Ferry, which is this auto ferry that goes from Orient Point, New York, to New London, Connecticut, and I ride it every summer with my kids when we go on vacation, and we were waiting in line at the snack bar, and there's this dude sitting like sort of close by at the adult bar, And he started talking to us, and he was sort of like talking to my daughters and you know, telling us about his own daughters, and kind of it wasn't particularly, he was sort of charming, and he was a little bit funny, but it wasn't like a particularly interesting moment. But we left, and I found myself thinking that like a week later about that guy, and thinking, you know, it actually was a little bit funny that he was sort of settled in there, and it was like 9 a.m. that the ship leaves, and you know, that's a 75-minute journey across the water. So like, he definitely didn't get on at the 9. Maybe he got on at like the 7 in New London. And then I was like, well, maybe he got on at like the 5 in Orient Point, you know, or like, hell, maybe he got into like midnight last night, or like 2.5 weeks ago. And he's just been, you know, didn't want to go home, or I don't know why he wanted to sit there, and not particularly soused, but like enjoying a cocktail, you know, in the morning, and like not causing a big scene, but sort of mild and just weird, just out of place, and kind of struck me as a funny moment. So I wrote down all the stuff I remembered about talking to him, and I also wrote down stuff that I thought would be kind of funny if it was true. And then I thought, I didn't even really, I guess I thought it was going to be a song, but I didn't know what. But when I got to the studio and I had that written down, I thought they weren't even like lyrics. It was like a paragraph. And I was like, I kind of just wanted to tell people this guy's story. I kind of just want to make this guy real. And I want people to know about why I thought this was funny. And I wanted to sing some lines. I wanted to hammer them home with like all of my full volume. And some I wanted to make sort of like tender and like quiet. It's kind of like adding drama to a story. And and that, all of a sudden I was like, I really want to hear I can let the dogs out. I'll just go. And I would give it all my full power, and I'd be like, that's how I want that line to sound. And that was how it got to be fun. And that was when I realized I wanted to write about people's personalities, and I wanted to write about real people, because to me, it just seemed more interesting.
And it's 11 tracks, 11 different individuals.
Yeah.
That's incredible. The Loves of Your Life is the new record from Hamilton Leithauser. Thanks for doing this, man. We appreciate it so much. Yeah,
Stations. It took me a while to get on. I'm a little
cool.
new with Zoom.
No, yeah, me too. I just figured it out yesterday. I did the artist M. Ward the other day.
Oh yeah,
I've got a Nicole Atkins interview a little bit
say
later.
What's up to Nicole. I wrote a song. I co-wrote a song on a new record.
Oh, did you? That's awesome, man. Her new song is great as well. Her new song Domino is like amazing. I think radio stations are just now trying to figure out what to do. You were supposed to come in the Southern California in our studio in March, and of course that got canceled. So now we're just doing these, you know, Zoom interviews. It's crazy.
It works all right.
It works all right. We'll catch up with you at the performance later.
Yeah, most definitely.
And hopefully, God willing, you'll be able to make an appearance in Southern California, and we'll do it all over again, but in person.
Amen. I look forward to it.
All right, my man. Take care. Take care of your family. We'll talk soon.
Yep. Nice to talk to you.
All right, man. See ya.
Bye-bye.